Hello chess friends and welcome to another game analysis. Here we have a game from the round 1 between Anish, Giri and Magnus Carlsen. They played this game in Zagreb, the capital city of Croatia, on a tournament Grand Chess Tour. This is one of the strongest chess tournaments this year, and a lot of very strong players are playing on this tournament, so we will cover some of these games. So we will start with this game from the round 1 between Giri and the world champion Magnus Carlsen. So Giri opens the game with e4, we have c5, knight f3, knight c6, and this is a Sicilian defense, so Magnus is very well prepared, so he plays a lot of games in Sicilian during the world championship match. So Anish played in this position bishop to b5, attacks the knight on c6, we have e6, and then bishop captures c6 and b capture c6. So Magnus is playing with the double pawns here on c5 and c6, but he will probably try to push d5 in the future. So let's see, d3 and then knight e7. So first develop the knight and then h4, we have h5, and white wants to trade d pawn, and he played e5, which is a very good move because that will control the square d6, and when Magnus tried to push d pawn, he will always capture. So if he play d5, he will capture with the ampersand, or if he offer pawns for trade on d6, he will capture, and that will create two isolated pawns on c file. So here we have d6 move, and then e capture, and instead of the queen capture on d6, Magnus played knight to g6. But let's see the line. If the queen capture on a d6, that is a very good square for the queen, but it is easy to attack the queen on that square. So Anish could continue with the move knight on d2, and after that he tried to go with the knight on e4, which is a tempo move. He attacks the queen and the pawn on c5. And that's the reason why Magnus didn't capture immediately on d6. So first he moved the knight from the e7, opening the bishop from f8, and then he wants to capture with the bishop on d6. We have knight from f to d2 move. After that, bishop capture. So knight goes to c4, which is also a very good square for the knight. And then bishop goes back to e7, knight to c3, and then bishop to a6. We have queen to f3, attacks the pawn on c6, and bishop captured on the c4. That is a very interesting move because white will also create double pawns if white capture with the pawn from d3 to c4. But Anish recognized that he can capture the pawn on c6 here, and that will give a check to black king. So after that he can capture on c4. Let's see that what happened in the game. So queen capture on c6 is checked, king goes to f8, and after that d capture on c4. So it looks that white is a pawn up, but the pawn on h4 is hanging, and Magnus Carlsen captured that with the knight, and then Anish makes the castle. We have knight to f5, and after that knight e2. So rook goes c8, attacks the queen, queen to a4. After that, rook to c7, defends the pawn on the square a7, bishop to f4. After that, rook goes to d7, and we have c3. Anish wants to control the square d4 with his pawn, and also he supports b pawn on b2, and he wants to advance on a b4. So Magnus needs to do something quickly on the king side and try to attack the Anish. So he played g5, attacking the bishop on the square f4. After that, we have rook from a1 to d1, attacks the rook on d7 and offer rook trade. So rook capture on d1, and then rook capture on the d1, attacks the queen on the d8. So queen goes to a8. So it is a good diagonal for that queen because queen attacks the pawn on g2, and we have bishop to c7. After that, h4, and after f3, Magnus play move h3, and in this position Anish resign because his position is completely crashing. Because after h3 move, pawn on g2 is under attack, so black wants to capture. If Anish capture on h3, then queen can capture on f3, and it is a very strong attack. So you can use the rook attacking the h3 pawn. Also you can use the knight with the mate threat. So knight on e3 will create a very strong attack on a white king, and after the move h3 in this position, Anish resigned the game. So that was the game from the round 1. We will cover also the other games played in the round 1 and the other rounds. And I hope you enjoyed this game analysis. If you enjoyed, please let me know that in the comment section below. And thank you for watching. See you in the next game analysis. Bye bye.